Up ahead. Are those giant boots? Yep. And there's a body attached. My prayers have been answered. Thank you. I thought I was gonna drift into the dark nebula. You're welcome. I'm Croc. And I'm not. We're the Foragers. I'm Flywheels. And this is one of the new prisoner escort ships, isn't it? Very nice. Thanks. We just stole it. Well, hijacked it. I mean, the pilot's still on board. So's the prisoner. You're not a prisoner anymore, Fly High. Call me Misfire. Everyone else does. I blame the trial. Either way, you're free, and I've repaid my debt to Thundersoar. Can't believe you made it onto someone's dying wish list. You don't even know me. Anyway, you're just jealous because you've never had someone look out for you. Sorry, guys. But why Foragers? Because we find things that other people overlook. If it's been abandoned or discarded, if it's of no apparent value to anyone else, then we're interested. Fatfeet is right, though. Foragers? I mean, I don't know. But I'm sure we can think of a better name.
Approaching target area. Drop in T-minus 60 seconds.
It's Fulcrum, right? I'm Torque. You weren't in training, were you? Chin like that I'd have remembered. This your first time? Sorry, bit of K-class humor there. Just very excited to be here. Super, super excited.
Positions, everyone. Remember, you do this for the glory of the Decepticons.
For the Decepticons!
Cracked chest plate, split circuitry, cloudy optics. What a waste of waste metal. Good chin, though. That's the kind of chin that silences a room. Look at his armature. He's K-class. We should salute him.
Hey, pinheads! No touchy-touchy. I haven't siphoned him yet.
He just went, You sure you're not imagining it? You think that's the best my imagination can come up with?
Get off me! He's come back to life! It's a miracle! A miracle!
That's no miracle. That's some kind of freaky reanimated corpse.
He's a zombie! An affront to Primus! Kill him! Kill him! Smile for the bullet, weird miracle zombie!
Now, just wait a second. The thing about me, my big thing is this. I'm really not keen on dying. Now, survival. Oh, wow. Huge fan. Put me down for some of that. Besides, we don't even know each other. You might like me. You might find me disarming. Yes, I disarm you.
You'd what me? Careful! He's using words to confuse and frighten us! Easy, guys. He's not a miracle. Or a zombie. He's just alive. Apologies. We thought you were a corpse.
You found me on my back and you assumed I was dead?
No. We assumed you were dead. Because everybody else is.
Nice to meet you, loser. They call me Misfire. Long story. Actually, you know what? It isn't. It's a very short story involving a machine gun, a misunderstanding, and a dozen dead Decepticons.
I'm Fulcrum. Wait a second. Is that my fuel pump?
What, this? Yeah. Can I keep it?
Well, I kind of need it. You know, for pumping my fuel.
You know what, Pinhead? You're alright. Just for you, I'm gonna introduce the hell out of everyone. See that guy behind me with the scowl and the head wound? Don't be fooled. Crankcase is actually the most cheerful person you'll ever meet. The thing is, if he smiles, his precarious crenal architecture will collapse and he'll die. He's the only Decepticon who can be killed by a single punchline.
Really?
No, not really. You're just miserable, aren't you, Crankcase?
Bah!
Did he just say...
I know. You've seen it written down, but never heard it said out loud, right? Sinister tried to shoot you, but then he tries to shoot everyone. To him, the world is a collection of vaguely hostile shapes. If he seems distracted by his own fingers, it's because, and I present this as an empirical truth, he is truly the stupidest person in the entire universe. The twitchy neo-primalist with a big feet is Flywheels. He suffers from a rare and possibly made-up type of psychosomatic hyperreflexia. He can't tell a lie without changing shape.
Not true!
And the guy with the clenched fists and the air of quiet desperation is Croc. He's a military strategist. So these days, he has a lot of time on his hands. But hey, unless you're Megatron in a new body, in which case, no disrespect, but I hope you kept the receipt, Croc is the highest ranking Decepticon in the vicinity, and that makes him our interim. Make do stand-in leader for the time being.
Well, that was... relentless.
Again, apologies. Misfire is usually slightly less wired. We're expropriation specialists, you see, and it's Misfire's job to extract energon from our fallen comrades. Trouble is, he can't resist sampling the goods. Not far from here is the semi-exsanguated body of a monstercon who, we now realize, overdosed on circuit speeders.
Expropriation specialists? You're scavengers, really, aren't you, Croc?
Whatever. The bottom line is, we need fuel and spare parts, or we'll never catch up with the others.
Others?
I got separated from my squad a few planets ago. I found a ship and started chasing their flight signature. And I picked up this motley crew on my travels.
Space is a big place, Croc. I'm surprised you can find enough junk to keep going.
If you knew your history, you'd know that this sector of space is one big Decepticon graveyard. There was a time when both sides were throwing everything they had at each other. 1,000 battles were being fought on multiple fronts in a relentless bid for full-spectrum dominance. The Big Two sealed themselves into hyper-cognizant shells, omniglobes, the better to absorb the relentless field reports and frontline updates. They wanted to know everything, all at once, all the time. The hero and the villain, millions of miles apart, neural processors stretched to capacity, both obsessed with the totality of information. Everything, all at once, all the time. From an individual trooper's energon levels to the wind direction on an Alpacian battlefield. People's lives were reduced to decimals and integers and intersecting lines. And when that happens, you end up with 1,000 worlds like this one, trampled underfoot and then forgotten about as the war surges forward. The only difference between us and the Autobots is that the Autobots went back to collect their dead. Still, don't suppose it matters now.
Really? How come?
Well, because the war's over.
No, wait, what? Our war? Our war's over? As in, properly over? But that's...
I know.
when? How?
We received a message. All of us. At the same time. The fighting stopped. Come home.
But there's always been a war. That's like saying there's no more blue, or the weather stopped. Did we win?
We think...
We don't know, but we're guessing...
We're guessing probably the Autobots won. You know, just because.
If that's true, then I guess... Actually, I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, don't get stressed about it. We could be wrong. We might totally have won. Even as we speak, Megatron could be standing on top of Nova Peak like he did on Declaration Day, and telling everyone how after all these years we can finally, What was the plan after the war ended? The legendary Phase 7. Repopulation. So we spend all that time killing each other, just so we can rebuild our race? How long have you been a Decepticon, Crankcase? It's a bit late to start questioning the grand plan. Spinister, what are you doing? The fire's giving me weird looks, Croc. I think I'm gonna shoot it. Well, a straggler. And I think he's trying to speak. That's probably Autobot for please don't kill me.
But the war's over.
Really? I hadn't heard.
So many dead.
I know. If we could collect even half a gallon's worth of innermost energon, we could power the WAP for months.
The weak anthropic principle is a weird name for a ship. And please, what is with the clicking?
The ship's communication suite keeps flatlining, and this keeps rebooting it. I'm trying to get a message to my—
Out of the way, losers!
The hell? What's he doing?
You ever heard of the Necrobot, Fulcrum?
The mute neutral who roams the galaxy administering posthumous rites? Who can determine cause of death just by letting his shadow fall on the corpse? Who has devoted his life to recording the fate of every last Cybertronian?
Okay, so you have heard of him. I don't believe in the Necrobot. Sadly, Misfire does.
Well, I hope you've not got money on it, because it looks like Misfire's about to
lose. Whoever he thinks he saw, trust me, this always happens. 3, 2, 1.
I've lost him! Wait. What the flywheels is that? Guys, I found a ship! A Decepticon ship!
You sure it's a Decepticon ship?
Pretty sure.
A symbol ship. A freaking symbol ship. Technically a D-Class World Sweeper. A P6 model. Famous for... Damn. What was it? Crashing?
Can I keep it, Croc? Can I?
This takes me back. Back to when it looked like we were going to win. A world sweeper above every planet in the Constellate, keeping watch. They say our Imperial phase ended when the last of the P6s flew home.
So are you guys just gonna stand there or what?
What the... I'm thinking magnets, but I'm hoping magic powers.
Try gravity generators. In a ship this big, it's always the right way up. So come on, guys. Let's split up and check this place out.
I always dreamed of captaining my own P6, following the likes of Shockwave and Six Shot and all the other big guns. I'd have called it something noble and majestic, like Mega Star Puncher or Mighty Spaceship.
Crankcase? I think Mighty Spaceship is the best name ever, but right now, I need you to shut up and look up. Do you read me, Croc? It's Misfire. Me and Crankcase are in some sort of passageway and... Look, I'm just gonna say it as I see it, okay? The ceiling is covered in brains.
Is that more or less unnerving than the collection of congealed protoforms we've just found?
Oh, I get it. You're trying to out-macabre me.
I'm looking at them now. Row after row of bodies. Half-forms. Cybertronians, I think. But they're not like us. It's like their torsos have just run out. Oh my, look at that.
What? What is it? Should I be running away? Am I wasting precious running away time by talking to you?
It's some sort of wooden robot. It's made of some kind of fibrous tissue that's been threaded with soft circuitry and these microfibrils look like they've been designed to carry electrolytes and emulsifiers. The thing is, I think it has processing capacity. I think it's alive. Or at least, it was. You getting any of this, Fulcrum?
Mark my barely audible words. This is the last time I ever team up with Spinister. He just attacked our torch because it was glowing at him funny. I'm a bit scared.
You're K-Class. You don't do scared. Where are you, anyway?
I'm in a corridor with sticky walls. And when are sticky walls ever a good sign? I'm no expert in organics, but I think this is some kind of epidermis. I'm detecting traces of hemoglobin and petrolex.
Maybe that's why the ship crashed. The blood leaked into the fuel supply, polluting it.
You're saying this spaceship bled to death?
Stay put. We're on our way.
You know, there are some Decepticons who, upon finding themselves in a skin-covered room surrounded by aborted protoforms and mechanoids made of bark, would rub their hands together, marvel at the universe's infinite capacity for surprise, and dive right in. I am not one of those Decepticons. I say we run away screaming.
I am one of those Decepticons, Misfire, and I say we stick around, because frankly, this is amazing.
What's amazing?
This, us, now! Who owns this ship? Where are they now? Where will we be an hour from now? Or tomorrow? Or next month? The answer to all those questions is, who knows? And that's a great answer. The best answer ever. All our lives, we've followed orders. All our lives, someone else has always told us what to do next. Well, not anymore. For the first time in forever, we can do whatever we like. We're free.
Shh. Can anyone else hear that? I've been combining the upper frequencies since we broke in, just in case we triggered a silent alarm. And I swear I can hear music. Some kind of transmission. Anyone got a communicube? Here. Thanks, Flywheels. Now let's see a fight. They do smaller ones, you know. Let's see if I can accept the transmission.
This is the DJD. We bring you good news and bad news. The bad news. One of your number has transgressed. He knows who he is. The good news. If you hand him over, we'll let the other 6 of you watch while we kill him. You have 15 minutes to work out where your loyalties lie.
Who the hell went and got themselves on the list?
I don't think I'm being melodramatic when I say that this is monumentally bad.
Wait, he said the other 6? That makes 7 overall, right? But there were only 6 of us. I don't get it.
It's not you, Spinister. The DJD just miscounted the life signs.
Actually, I think we're the ones who miscounted. There's 6 of us. And 1 of him.
"15 minutes. 15 minutes before the DJD kick down the door and start killing us in a variety of bold and innovative ways."
Misfire, please. We can handle this.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot about the army of Phase Sixers you keep hidden in your chest compartment.
I've been signaling my squad. They'll save us.
I think Flywheels is praying.
Hey, Twitch. You really think Primus cares about people like us? Yes? Croc, I don't get what's happening. There are 2 sides, the Decepticons and the Autobots. We're the Decepticons, and in 13 minutes' time... No, I get that. What I don't get is why we don't just give the DJD whoever it was that did the bad thing. Don't look at me. I'm as loyal as...
Always done what I'm told, and...
Most committed Decepticon you could ever...
This is ridiculous. No one's going to confess anything. And besides, everyone knows the DJD make it up as they go along. We could all be on the naughty list, and for no good reason. No. As far as I can see, we have 12 minutes to select one of 3 options. Option 1. We talk to them and persuade them to leave us alone. Madness! We've got more chance of teaching Spinister to memorize the Autobot code! Option 2. We run away. Insanity! They'll hunt us down! Option 3. We fight them. What? Why is fighting them... No, seriously. Why is fighting them so absurd?
Because fighting the DJD is just certain death, with more letters! It's suicide with more delusions of survival.
I'm with Croc. Option 3. We fight. Yeah, me too. Option... whatever.
What? Why?
Because that badge belongs to us, not them. Okay, Croc, we've got 10 minutes. How are we gonna play this? We're scavengers. We're going to do what we do best. We're going to make use of what's left behind. Okay, we're set. Grimlock's been suspended in a weak Propex solution, a preservative. I've laced it with the circuit speeders we found in that monster con. When the DJD get close, I can press this button and catalyze the speeders remotely. The second they enter his energon stream, he'll be shocked awake. I wonder why they didn't kill him. It's freaking Grimlock! If he was your prisoner, and you were done with him, you'd kill him, right? You would. I would.
We're being hailed. This is it. Look brave, everyone.
Fellow Decepticons,
Your target's dead, Tarn. We've left him out for you to collect.
You should come out and meet us, so I can thank you. Even if my preference would have been to dispose of Fulcrum personally.
Guys, please. I can explain.
It's too late for that. They're here.
You are being deceived. How often Megatron's most famous rallying cry springs to mind?
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Still, I could never resist a closed coffin.
Now! Come on, let's leave them to kill each other.
You kidding? I want to see this through to the end.
Down, Dinobot! I'd forgotten how much I hate you.
Something's wrong with Grimlock. He's getting tired.
It's an intoxicating feeling.
Okay, now we split.
Oh, Misfire. Your timing is as bad as your targeting. Stop struggling and come inside, flywheels. No offense, but your feet are massive. We'll just have to do this head first.
Promise for my spark! Flywheels!
Hold still, Genericon. Voss has a favor to ask. Wear my face. Excuse the pronunciation. He's still learning.
I was aiming for the other guy. Obviously.
You've not met my pet Spark Eater, have you? He tends to chew sparks rather than eat them, but... Spark Chewer. It doesn't really work, does it?
Where are you going, Fulcrum? Get out there and fight! You're hopeless. We're all hopeless. This is hopeless. What made us think that we could possibly stand up to... Oh, you beauty.
It won't surprise you to learn that I've read Bonsaitron's files on each and every Decepticon. That's every Decepticon ever. From the most decorated member of the Conclave to the lowliest energon-shoveling petty officer. I rank them, you see, in my head. I arrange them according to their strength, their intelligence, their loyalty, their order of importance. At the top, Megatron, our founder, the Tardian who dared to ask questions. And at the bottom, well, here's the thing. I don't know how you've managed it. I sincerely don't know how you've managed it. But you seem to have joined forces with the 6 biggest failures of all. Stout-hearted Decepticons and DJD scum! May I introduce Mighty Mega Puncher!
If you can hear me down there, Croc, I finally remembered what the P6s were famous for. Their accessories!
It's just a Cybernaut. Take it down! Fulcrum! No more distractions. Come out and face the music!
Up here, Tarn. I've prepared a speech.
Trust me, no one gives a flying...
Tough. I'm gonna speak, and you're gonna listen. After that, whatever. I was lucky. I was forged when the Decepticon Empire was at its peak. We'd overthrown our oppressors. We'd torn down a system that served only those at the top, and we turned outwards, refining the galaxy by cleansing it of organic races, too backward to recognize their inferior nature. And you know what went wrong? People like you. The thugs, and the sadists and the psychos. People for whom the war was a convenient excuse to inflict pain. Yesterday, my faith in the Decepticons was restored. I met 6 Scavengers, and they were average and normal and brilliant. And they fought on my behalf when I really didn't deserve it. And I know you look down on them, but each one of them is worth 10 of you. So what I'm about to do, I do for them, and for everyone else the DJD has murdered. This is for everyone who's ever turned and fled in protest at what the Decepticons have become.
I don't believe it. You're running?
No, Tarn. I'm jumping.
Clear the area! Well, that was a letdown. I thought K-Class were supposed to pack more of a punch.
Tarn! I found him. I've been scanning for his energy signature like you said, and I know where he is.
Overlord? Finally. Everyone, to the ship! To those of you who can still hear me, congratulations! You've been added to the list. And Grimlock, don't worry. We'll work our way down to you eventually.
What kind of a stunt was that?
I should be dead. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad I'm not, but being dead is kind of the unavoidable side effect.
Yeah, that's probably our fault. First thing we did when we found you was remove your explosive charge. We didn't want you blowing up while we were frisking you for spares.
But that's incredible. That takes phenomenal skill.
Spinister did it. Stupid as hell, but a genius with his hands. Did I not mention that in my introduction?
He'll live, since you asked.
Poor Croc. His squad never did turn up.
I don't think they'll ever turn up.
No? Why?
Just ask him to show you what's in his hand sometime. Then you'll understand.
What's that look for? I can't tell whether you want to shoot me or... Actually, the shooting vibe is all I'm getting.
Why were you on the DJD's list?
I was convicted of cowardice. We were cyberforming Balar 39. I was project manager and, yeah. We were attacked by the Autobots. What can I say? I'm a techie. I ran. A few weeks later, my superiors caught up with me. I was sent to Styx and sentenced to death by Traitor's Wheel. On the day of my execution, the order came down from on high. Every Decepticon prisoner was to be re-engineered, fitted with a payload, and forced to join the K-Squads. A marginally less painful death. I don't know if you know how K-Cons work, but once you've jumped, you can't help but switch to bomb mode. Except in my case, nothing happened. You've heard of the phrase paralyzed by fear, right? Right? Hello?
Sorry, Fulcrum, we kinda lost interest. Come over here and check this out.
He started making little noises. First it was frightening, then it was funny, then it was kinda sad. Now it's funny again. He's trying to get up. What do we do, Fulcrum?
The war's over, Crankcase. We help him up.
I'll handle this.
Don't introduce him to everyone.
Look at my hands, Grimmy. You're witnessing a sophisticated form of military parlay. It's called a timeout. It means no fighty-fighty.
Muh.
Ma? Ma what?
Muh.
Misfire?
Muh.
Mortalus? Moonbase 2? Militant Monoform Movement?
Muh. 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 Me. Grimlock.
Emergency huddle.
That's why he was left on the ship. He's practically brain dead. Everything we saw before with the DJD, that was just instinct. He can't understand anything we're saying. I don't think he even knows where he is.
Let's take him with us. Let's go back home to Cybertron and take him with us.
But he's a sworn enemy.
It's called hedging your bets. If the Autobots have won, and we pitch up with one of their own in tow, having taken care of him, then maybe, I don't know, maybe we get forgiven, or exonerated, or whatever needs to happen in this crazy post-war world. But if us cons have won, then we get to say, look, Megs, we've captured one of the most powerful Autobots of all time. And bang, we're heroes. Honor restored.
That, amazingly, makes sense. That is a Croc-worthy plan.
So it's settled. We'll fix up Croc, scoop up Grimsy, power up the WAP, and set course for Cybertron.
Okay. But before we rush off and have all sorts of adventures, aren't we forgetting someone?
A senseless waste. His ludicrous search for the Necrobot ends unfulfilled. A terrible, terrible tragedy. Boo-hoo.
Boo-hoo? I thought Flywheels was your friend. You're just going to leave him here?
You're right. What were we thinking?
I'm having his rotor system.
There's probably enough for a sip of Innermost Energon each.
Leave the knees for me.